So ever since I was a kid, people around me enjoyed things like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and Monty Python, and I always, always found these things to be absurdly stupid. And I feel like an idiot actually for the fact that I only now put this together, but I think I might know why this is a thing. So I'm going to read a little bit from the Wikipedia article on lead poisoning. According to a study, half of the U.S. population has been exposed to substantially detrimental lead levels in early childhood, mainly from car exhaust, whose lead pollution peaked in the 1970s, and causing widespread loss in cognitive ability. When was Monty Python famous? Monty Python were a British surreal comedy troupe who created the sketch comedy television show Monty Python's Flying Circus, which first aired on the BBC in 1969. Regarded as an enduring icon of 1970s pop culture, their sketch show has been referred to as being an important moment in the evolution of television comedy. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a comedy science fiction franchise created by Douglas Adams, originally a 1978 radio comedy broadcast on BBC Radio 4. It was later adapted to other formats. Yeah. So who was the target audience for these things? People who had suffered lead poisoning. And in order to become widely popular, you need to appeal to more than half of people, as much as, if you can. If you want to gain majority support, majority fame, you need to appeal to more than half of people. And the easiest way to do that is to appeal to the below average half. The below average half are cognitively impaired due to lead poisoning. I was born late enough that this wasn't really a thing. Also, I grew up in a tiny little town, so not like a city or... So the air was relatively clean where I grew up. And I grew up after regulations were put in place, for the most part. So, me not understanding the humor in these things, but almost everybody who's just slightly older than me finding it fucking hilarious, suddenly makes sense when you put this together. Yeah. Yeah. There's other things, I think, which we can fairly attribute to lead poisoning in the general population from this era. But, yeah, this is amazing to me. Also, like, there's other signs that there's problems. Like, the programming language Python is named after Monty Python. And Python is so fucking stupid that for decades there were two incompatible versions of it running side by side because they couldn't figure out how to convince everybody to use the new version because there was nothing actually new or interesting or really that useful about it. The old version was fine, and also the old version was everywhere. So you you just have two distinct programming languages running side by side that can't really work together very well because you're stupid and you manage this whole thing terribly. That sounds exactly like Monty Python to me. That's just characteristic of everything that's happening here. Like, wow, we have Monty Python fans who are just fucking idiots. That sounds exactly right to me.